Look at these rock formations.
Learn well the joys of giving. Generosity is a Our world is sustained by an unending cycle. All that passes from us shall one day return. Those who sacrifice shall be made whole.
An eternity compared to the brief moment that is a human life.
Learn well the joys of giving. Generosity is a great virtue, one which the planet will reward in kind. We are not made lesser for it. Our world is sustained by an unending cycle. All that passes from us shall one day return. Those who sacrifice shall be made whole. Learn well the joys of giving. Generosity is a great virtue, one which the planet will reward in kind. We are not made lesser for it. Our world is sustained by an unending cycle. All that passes from us shall one day return.
Formations. The erosion process must have started hundreds of millions of years ago.
And those lines, they were caused by ancient life stream currents?
Indeed. Strata like these are a window into history. Layers upon layers of rock and sediment, built up and worn down over countless millennia. An eternity compared to the brief moment that is a human life.
Devote yourself to our planet. Only then shall you know love and joy everlasting.
Look at these rock formations. The erosion process must have started hundreds of millions of years ago.
And those lines, they were caused by ancient life stream currents?
Indeed.
Every life is born of the planet and must be afforded love and affection.
There's also a sister ceremony to the River of Lights, in which the bonfire is extinguished.
Feel the energy all around you. It rides the winds across our planet, singing through the veil to fill our lungs, and by extension our very beings. As you'll come to learn, the practice of mindful breathing can connect us with the ineffable wonders of the planet.
We will now embark on our tour of the Veil, whereby you may all experience the flow. We need only open our hearts. Our journey.
At our very core, we are connected to the planet in ways that defy description.
Freshly birthed by the planet. Though the road ahead is unknown, we are not afraid, for we walk with the Great Mother at our side.
The bonfire symbolizes the life of the planet, so it's fitting that it should serve as the site for the River of Lights.
I hope you learn as much as you can while you're here.
The cards may serve as a conduit for the very wisdom of the planet. Attune yourself to the pulse of your decks. That is the planet's essence. Through Queen's blood, we humans can commune with our Great Mother.
Lift your gaze to the heavens. Watch as the clouds drift through the sky, going whichever way the wind takes them.
We humans are the same. The planet charts a course for us, and we need only
quite right. All we need to do is follow its guidance. For one day it will surely lead us to the tranquility we seek. To pass through the veil and trace the whistling winds is to reflect on the journey of life and our eventual return. It is to understand the cycle that sustains us.
Nothing like a stiff drink.
A lot of folks downplay the planet's peril. But if they saw the weapons up close like we did, they'd have no choice but to acknowledge how bad it really is. Folks around here, though, they get it. They want what's best for our planet. You can see it in their eyes. Wonder if it ain't too late to recruit them to Avalanche.
Sometimes I think alcohol just might be the planet's greatest blessing of all.
We are siblings all, born of one mother, with boundless love for her children. She serves as both cradle and crucible. When our journey ends and our return is ordained, we go as beings honed by lives well lived. A bond to the planet that ensures the cycle continues. It is for our mother and for our brothers and sisters that we render up our bodies and our souls. As the planet nurtures our youth,
into the universe of the soul, just as each of us is a part of the planet. The planet is a part of us. Therefore, does it not follow that to heal?
If you attune yourself with the natural flow of the planet, the answers will come.
All the time I've spent here, listening and learning, has helped me realize what I'm meant to do in this world. I should be a force for good. Help folks out. Spread positive vibes. That's how I'll protect the planet. Like yesterday, I helped this poor old woman carry her groceries. And today, I took out the trash at the bar. I've been floating through my life without any purpose, but I finally found it. Planetology has made me a better me.
A seminar is in progress. Please be respectful. A seminar is in progress. Please be respectful.
Blessings of the planet upon you. Disciples of her teachings gather here to share their experiences. Through these seminars, we learn from one another and together enrich our lives. Participation in the seminars requires a special invitation from a mentor. Without one, I'm afraid you cannot join. Perhaps you might instead consider taking part in the River of Lights ceremony. I suspect you'd enjoy it.
The seminar is in progress.
I think meditation is...
Many travelers have joined in the River of Lights as of
Before I ask you this, who among you has looked inward into the universe of the soul? Just as each of us is a part of the planet is a part of us. Therefore, does it not follow that to heed the words of one's own heart is in essence to heed the words of our great mother? Thus do I urge you to hearken to that voice, that of the planet.
The planet speaks to all of her children. No one is greater or lesser in her eyes.
I ask you this, who among you has looked inward into the universe of the soul? Just as each of us is a part of the planet is a part of us. Therefore, does it not follow that to heed the words of one's own heart is in essence to heed the words of our great
Which would you say is more important?
They are both one and the same. Wouldn't you agree? We are as much a part of the planet.
Who's ready for some Queen's blood?
It's our very first catch of the day, folks. We have ourselves a challenger. Hello, sir. Care to tell the folks at home who you are? Ha ha ha! Could this shark be more of a guppy? Well, I spy a row of razor-sharp teeth in this little fishy's maw. You might be the QB killer we've been waiting for, but there's only one way to find out. That's right, our audience doesn't want to hear commentary, they want to see blood. To up the ante, our challenger's opponent will be none other than your host with the most, me, Bernard. Feeling camera shy already? Well, don't you worry, we'll be here when you've found your courage. Join me as we search.
Wicked thoughts be gone. Good vibes only.
Within you all are the planet's thoughts and memories. By unlocking this knowledge, it allows us to heighten our spiritual awakening. I invite
Ah, not so fast. Sorry, but visitors aren't allowed in here. You see, this is where we keep all our valuables.
Oh, these are the friends I was talking about.
Thank you for looking after Marmaduke. My name is Bugenhagen. I teach planetology here in the canyon. One could say I know a thing or two about our world.
A thing or two? I doubt there's a thing or two you don't know about it.
Well, it might seem that way to a child like yourself.
I'm not a child anymore. I'm 48.
40 what?
Nanaki here has a long life ahead of him. In human terms, I would say he's about 15 or 16 years old.
That's more than old enough. I can protect our veil and everyone in it. Which is more than I can say for my good-for-nothing father.
Speaking of the members of our little community, have you announced your return to one and all, Namaki?
Not yet. Be right back.
But where are my manners? Please, come in and have a look around. Anakin never had much exposure to the outside world. I can only hope his travels with you have served to enlighten him. That's a scale model of our planet and the surrounding stars. One could say the dust it's collected represents the people who live upon it.
I never thought you could become even
While that may appear to be little more than a glistening mineral at a glance, it is in fact a crystallized collection of our planet's memories.
Full depths of your beauty cross my heart.
Whoa! Those devices are testing the pull of gravity. Have my devices piqued your curiosity? They are essential to my studies of the planet. Anarchy never had much exposure to the outside world. I can only hope his travels with you have served to enlighten him. Do you recognize that little scamp? I'll have you know that in his childhood, Nanaki was quite a handful. Have my devices piqued your curiosity? They are essential to my studies of the planet. That is one of the first Mako detectors ever built. Though I suspect it can't detect much now. Let's not be hasty. I'll show you that room later. That records fluctuations in various energies. I must ask that you handle it with care. It's a rather delicate device, you see. Anarchy never had much exposure to the outside world. I can only hope his travels with you have served to enlighten him. That right there is a type of a current generator. It harnesses the power of the wind to produce new airflows of its own. Perhaps you've encountered them before during your travels. You won't find a larger telescope on the planet. With it, you can see to the edge of the galaxy. There's no better view of the stars than through this scope. But the lens could do with some cleaning. My apologies.
The lights we observe here have traveled to us from the far reaches of time and space. To gaze at the stars is to gaze into their past, what they once were, eons ago.
Can't say I'm all that interested in the future, but that's just how we're wired. Humans can't help but fixate on the past, on what used to be.
Nothing is as beautifully complex as the cosmos.
There's so much we have yet to learn about the universe.
Hmm?
The planet connects us, one and all, for everything exists through her.
That again, huh? The planet crying out. A sorrowful dirge indeed. One I've heard all too often of late. This tubing allows us on the surface to hear the inner voice of the planet.
What we just heard didn't come from the planet, though. That was definitely the voice of a weapon.
You seem awfully sure of yourself, miss.
Because we saw them, with our own eyes. 2, in the Corel and Gungaga reactors. They were loud and huge.
A fascinating account, were it true. However, such grand delusions could be a sign of Mako poisoning. Do see a doctor.
Excuse me?
Yes. That would do them some good. Judging from everything you've said, the three of you are unfamiliar with basic planetology. But it is never too late to learn. Please, come with me. I present to you our planetarium. While the Shinra building features the latest iteration, this particular one is my original design. Now then, without further ado, this is only the beginning.
A shooting star!
Planetology is not simply the study of the cosmos and the celestial bodies that dwell in it. Rather, it is a quest to comprehend the cyclical nature of life. Behold, the planet planet we call home. It was from its soil, so teeming with life, that mankind was born. And like all living things, man is fated to die. So, what happens next? The body withers and returns to the planet. But what of the mind, the spirit, the soul? Much like its former vessel, it too returns whence it came. To the great river where all intertwine and circle the planet without end. A cycle of continuous convergence and divergence. The ceaseless ebb and flow that is the life stream. An apt name, though it is as much a reservoir as it is a stream, being the sum of the planet's spiritual energy. It is the very essence of our star, the blood coursing through its planetary veins. And if ever that essence were to be entirely depleted, of course, these are but basic principles of planetology.
So you're saying that Mako is spiritual energy, which we're using up?
Just so. Siphoned from the planet and processed for industry, that energy can no longer fulfill its true purpose. It is fated to fuel man's machinery, then fade away.
Okay, but does it actually fade away? I mean, what if it doesn't? What if it just returns to the life stream in a different form? Is that possible?
A novel theory, suggestive of a lack of understanding. However, that can be overcome with time and education.
You rang?
Please escort this young lady to our seminar room, would you?
Right this way. Okay.
Hey, can I come?
Got a question. Planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies, right?
Yes.
There any way to avoid this? Like, making the spiritual energy stronger?
Why are you asking me such things? I'm sorry. I've come to realize that I'm somewhat stuck in the past. We've entered an era in which humanity exerts unprecedented influence over its environs. And as both the planet and society evolve, so too must science. And yet it seems that I cannot. Perhaps I'm much too old of a dog to learn any new tricks.
The stars have taught us countless lessons over the years.
others we observe here have traveled to us.
Mind your manners in front of fellow Boogie.
To gaze at the stars is to gaze
Can't say I'm all that interested in the future, but that's just how we're wired. Humans can't help but fixate on the past, on what used to be.
Thanks so much for taking such great care of Nanaki for us. Fellow Bugenhagen instructed me to let you take anything you think might prove useful on your journey. Check out the storeroom when you have a chance.
Right this way.
Put your faith. This village is lame. Did you know none of the materia here is even real? And don't get me started on the planetologists. Bunch of blowhards in love with the sound of their own voice.
ever keeping calamity. If people everywhere resolve to not take her bounty for granted.
Fancy running into you here. Say, how about I get a shot of you giving thanks to the planet? The canyon's also famous for its unparalleled view of the starry night sky. I made sure to bring all my night photography equipment along. Can't sleep until I've got the perfect starlit shot. Just let me know if you find any good photo spots.
Within you all.
Tell me.
I heard from fellow Bugenhagen. By all means, please come and join the seminar. Follow me if you would.
Which would you say is a more worthy pursuit?
They are both one and the same. Wouldn't you agree?
I ask you this, who among you has looked in?
A seminar is in progress.
I've always been on the bigger side, but I've never been into physical stuff. Painting and poetry are more my thing. My old man, he used to say it was a waste, me spending all my time indoors. According to him, a big kid like me was using twice as much spiritual energy as other folks, and I was a burden on the planet. But he was wrong. That extra energy I received from the planet, it was a blessing. And after imbuing it with my compassion and intellect, I'll give it right back. No way is that a waste. It's just the opposite.
Indeed it is. Thank you for sharing.
Blessings of the planet be upon you.
Now, would anyone else like to share their story with the group?
So, my parents are no longer with us. Here, that is. But I believe they're still out there, on another plane. I've been reading a bunch of theories about this alternate world in the hope of going there someday. And over the course of my studies, I stumbled across a fascinating theory. It addressed the issue of what the life stream is, arguing that spiritual energy is actually a manifestation of our knowledge and memories. Like I said, it's a fascinating theory, but it's incomplete. What about our hopes and dreams? We remember those, don't we? So what if spiritual energy doesn't distinguish between our real, lived memories and the unrealized desires buried deep in our hearts? What if coming into contact with that energy allowed us to peer through the looking glass, so to speak? It's just an idea, but I hope to find the truth someday.
Well, isn't that splendid?
Blessings of the planet be upon you.
And may the bounty of the planet's knowledge be with you forevermore. Now then, would anyone else like to share their story? Don't be shy. Every contribution is welcome.